In every high stakes meeting, every negotiation, there are really two conversations going on. There's the one you hear, and then there's the silent one, the one that tells you what's really happening. Today, we're going to decode that silent language. Let's dive in.
Think about it. We spend so much time crafting the perfect words, the perfect presentation, but that's only one channel of communication. The other one, the nonverbal channel, that's where the raw, unfiltered data is. And if you're ignoring it, well, you're basically trying to navigate a complex deal with only half the map.
Anyone can rehearse a script. Words can be chosen carefully to hide true intentions. But the body, well, the body has a much harder time lying. And mastering this silent language isn't just some cool party trick. For an executive, it's a critical skill. It's how you gain a genuine, decisive edge. So where do we start? We start with the most direct and maybe the most honest window into someone's mind. Their eyes. They give away so much about a person's level of engagement, and they do it completely involuntarily. Okay, this is pure physiology, and it's fascinating. When our brain sees or hears something it finds interesting, compelling, or important, it literally wants more of it. So it subconsciously widens the pupils to let in more light, to take in more information. It's a dead giveaway that screams, I'm paying attention to this. So here's how you use this. The next time you're in a pitch and you drop a key number or you state your price, watch their eyes. If you see those pupils widen, even just a little, you've got them. You've sparked real interest. But if they constrict, that's your signal that you're losing them, and you need to pivot your strategy right then and there.
All right, next up, let's talk about the body's true north. I want you to think of it like a compass. No matter which way a person's head is turned, their body points toward what they're truly focused on.
This one is so powerful. Someone can be looking you right in the eye, nodding along, but if their feet and their torso are angled toward the door, guess what? Their mind has already left the room. They're looking for an escape. It's a massive subconscious signal of disengagement that most people completely miss. So here's your quick two-step scan you can do in any meeting. First, glance at the feet. They're often called the most honest part of the body because we're not consciously controlling them. Then, check the torso. There's an old saying, where the belly button points, the mind follows. It's a brutally honest read on who or what has their real attention. Now for a set of signals that are honestly almost always misread. We tend to see them as signs of nervousness or anxiety, but in the right context, they actually signal the exact opposite: comfort, safety, and real interest. When you see these little self-soothing gestures, like someone lightly touching their lips or playing with their hair while you're speaking, don't jump to conclusions. In a professional setting, this isn't about flirting. It's about rapport. It means you've made them feel comfortable, you've built a sense of trust, and they're genuinely open to what you're saying. This is a really crucial mindset shift. You have to reframe what you're seeing. Stop seeing anxiety, start seeing connection. When you spot these gestures, it's a positive sign. It's your feedback that the rapport is strong and your message is actually landing. Okay, so we've covered the eyes, the body's direction, and these little comfort gestures. But the real skill here, the thing that separates the amateurs from the pros, is putting it all together. You can't just look at one isolated data point. You have to see the whole picture. Think of this as your quick reference guide. The key is to look for clusters of signals. Are their pupils dilated and their feet are pointing toward you? That's a huge green light. On the other hand, are their pupils constricted, their arms are crossed, and their torso is angled away?
That's a clear signal of disengagement, and you better act on it.
And if you take away just one thing, let it be this. A single gesture on its own is just noise. It could mean anything. But a cluster of gestures all pointing in the same direction, that's a signal. When the eyes, the body, and the gestures all line up, trust what they're telling you. That is the real story in the room.
So now you have the tools to decode the other side of the table. You know what to look for. But this brings up one last very important question. What about your side? Now that you know the language, in your next big meeting, what story is your body going to be telling?